Hello, good morning, good afternoon and good evening to you, the good morning people of the tube. Hope you're all today, hope you're feeling grand and all as well in your world. Hi, welcome to 2017 everybody, and today's first video is called Guitar Tag. At the end of last year, a very awesome guitarist and YouTuber called Mike Bradley tagged me in this thing called Guitar Tag. Basically, I've got quite a few questions that I've got to answer about myself, and basically it's just kind of like to get to know me better, so to say, if you know what I mean. It's like questions like, you know, what made me decide to play guitar, what age did I start playing guitar, who taught me, blah blah blah. So I'm going to answer all these questions today, and I'd like to thank Mike Bradley for tagging me into it. I think this is really cool. I've got to tag a guitarist at the end of the video. That's been really hard to figure out. But yeah, so, oh, and also Mike Bradley has a gorgeous Gibson 345, which I'm hugely jealous of and want one. So, if it goes missing, Mike, it's not me. Honest. Anyway, let's crack on with the questions. First question is, at what age did I start playing the guitar? I started playing the guitar at 16 years old. Up to that point, I literally wasn't interested in music. I hadn't had the easiest life up to that point, but that's another story for another day. I'm not going to bore everyone with sob stories. But literally, the second question answers, you know, why at the age of 16 I all of a sudden went to pick up guitar. So, brings us neatly into question 2, which is, why did you decide to play the guitar? I decided to play the guitar because one night I was in my room, just pottering about, I don't know, eating my own face. And, I don't know what that was. Anyway, and, that's my phone. Sorry about that. And, I heard my sister and my dad. My sister had just started playing guitar, and my dad plays all sorts of instruments. He plays like everything. And he was playing accordion that night, and my sister was just kind of strumming chords along to my dad playing this Cajun tune. And it just caught my ear, and I was like, what is that? That's cool. And I went into the room, and I just watched him kind of playing. And I was literally like, it was like a little light bulb went on in my head, like ding. I was like, I want to do that. I want to be able to do that. It was literally that simple. And after they had stopped playing, I went and grabbed my sister's nylon string guitar, which you'll see in a couple of seconds, and said, can you teach me something on this? And literally, the rest is history, so to say. So yeah, that was what made me want to start playing guitar, is just literally hearing my sister and my dad just jamming basically on this Cajun song, which I can't remember the name of, and I probably won't be able to pronounce because it's French and I just can't do languages, I'm sorry. So yes, that was what made me decide to play guitar. Okay, next question, question 3. Okie dokie, so question 3 is, what was the first song you learnt to play? And this comes to it, this is the first thing I learnt to play on guitar. After I heard my dad and my sister jamming away on this Cajun tune, I asked, what can you teach me? And my sister told me this. On this very guitar, this is my sister's nylon string. This is kind of basically where it all started. And my sister taught me that, and I played that. I must have played that for like 4 hours. Just sat there playing. It probably didn't sound that rhythmic at this point in time, and it probably wasn't, you know, that articulate. But I loved it. There was something about just that good. It just made me just go, this is the coolest thing ever. So that was basically the first song I learned. The first full song I learned from start to finish was Basket Case by Green Day though, and I felt so accomplished after learning that. It just made me very, very happy, and I was like, I want to do this. This is what I want to do. I don't want to do anything else. I want to play guitar. That was literally it. So basically I thank my playing guitar to my sister more than anybody else, because literally she got me off by teaching me, smoke on the water and literally going like, just practice. It really was like that, and then obviously like, other heroes came into it later on, but literally it was my sister who got me off the starting block, so to say, to play guitar. So that was the first song I learned, was Smoke on the Water. First full song was Basket Case by Green Day. Next question, please. Okay, so next question is, what is the most recent song I learned? The most recent song I learned was Manic Street Preachers' Motorcycle Emptiness. I actually did know this song once upon a time, back in 2003 I'd learnt this song, but totally forgot it. I kind of knew the riff, but that's about it. And I realised I was playing it massively wrong. I'll explain something really quickly. I'm dyslexic, so I can't read tab. I can't read music. It just jumbles. To learn a song from tab, it'd probably take me all day, if not more than one day. So I had to, from the get-go, I couldn't understand why I couldn't do that. Like, I had friends who were playing guitar. It's like, get the tab. So I'd get the tab and I'd print it off, and I'm like, what? I can't. And it wouldn't make sense because the numbers are jumbled, and I'm like, what's that? So it didn't make any sense to me. So basically, from the get-go, I had to start really learning to use my ears, and I think that's more important than anything, is to learn to use your ears. But again, that's a different story for another time. But yeah, most recent song I learned was Motorcycle Emptiness by Manic Street Preachers, which has one of the coolest guitar solos I think ever. It's so cool. Let's play it. And it does this really cool thing at the end. So cool. James Dean Bradfield, very underrated guitarist, awesome guitarist, great songwriter, awesome singer. Oh, amazing. So, yes, that's the most recent song I learned. Okay, next question, moving on, is how did I learn to play the guitar? I am self-taught. Pretty much 99% self-taught. I didn't have guitar lessons. I've never had a formal guitar lesson in my life. I've had people help me out with certain things here and there, like friends. My uncle plays guitar, he helped me out a lot. My dad helped me out a lot. Just kind of like, pointing that, what are you doing? That's not right, do this. Or just teaching me something to play. But mainly, it came down to me sitting in my room with my CD player and my CDs and my guitar, and just basically going at it like a madman, because like I said earlier on, this is all I want to do. I love playing guitar. It's just, I don't know, I ain't got the words, but yeah, I love it that much. I don't want to do anything else. I want to do this for my life, and that's it. So basically, it just came down to me just sat with my guitar, wanting to learn everything about the guitar that I wanted, really, and that's it. So yeah, I'm self-taught mainly. 99.9% of my playings is self-taught. So that's how I learned to play. CDs, ears, guitar, messing around, trial and error, mistakes, cocking up, making it right. Next question is, what is the most difficult song you have learned? The most difficult song, I've got two different categories of that. There's technical and there's feel-based. The most difficult song for me technically that I've learned is Andy Timmons' Groove or Die. I'm not a particularly fast player. When I first started playing guitar, after about 2-3 years of playing guitar, I got heavily into Yngwie Malmsteen, and I was able to kind of like, sweep pick and whatnot. But I still love Yngwie, but I don't really play like it anymore. I found people like Jimi Hendrix after that, and that was more interesting to me than just going, ooh. So, you know, I've just basically slowed down. But the hardest, you know, song technically wise is definitely Andy Timmons' Groove or Die, which is awesome. I'm not even going to attempt to play it because it'll probably just sound like just noise. The most hard song feel wise to play by far is Jimi Hendrix's Machine Gun. I have been playing and practicing that song for years, literally years and years and years, and to get that feel that Jimmy had at that Phil Maurice concert is impossible. You cannot get that intensity, you cannot get that amount of feel to the level he had. I just don't think you can. It's just another level. It's just otherworldly, absolutely otherworldly, and that to me is one of the hardest songs to play, Machine Gun, and it scares me, but I love to play it. It's one of those songs that scares the hell out of me to play, but I love it. I absolutely love playing it, and it's just so expressive, and what it means is so poignant even now still, but I'm not going to get all political. But yeah, so they're the most difficult songs I've ever learned. So yeah, Groove or Die by Andy Timmons, which is technical, and Feel Bass is Machine Gun by Jimi Hendrix. So, next question. Okay, so next question is, who is your guitar idol? Well, I have 6. I don't have just one. I have 6 guitar idols. That, you know, the 6 guys that I just look up to, who just inspire me on a day-to-day basis. They are Jimi Hendrix, John Frusciante, Peter Green, Mike McCready of Pearl Jam, Rory Gallagher and Gary Moore. Those 6 to me are just the guitarists that just inspire me to get better and to keep playing and just to, and I just love their playing. I just love everything about their music, their playing, you know, everything. You know, I get a bit, you know, they are literally the people who just kind of reach out and grab me when it comes down to guitar playing, you know. So yeah, that's the 6. Yeah, okay. Next question is, what was your first guitar? Well, other than the nylon string you saw earlier on, which wasn't mine, it was my sister's, but that's kind of what I started on, is this. This is a Washburn Maverick series guitar, and it's very tiny, as you can see. It's like it's not 3/4, but it's very tiny, very short scale guitar. And this is my first ever guitar, and I can't play it, as you can hear. It's basically, I store this out of the way. I don't play it so much anymore, but it's stored out of the way. And basically, when I store guitars, I slacken the strings off so there's no tension on the neck, because I don't know when I'm next going to play it, so I don't want to come to it one day and the neck's completely bowed out of all recognition. So yeah, this is my first guitar. It's absolutely gorgeous. What we got? 1, 2, 3, 5-piece body, maple neck, rosewood fingerboard, Grover machine heads. This thing never goes out of tune. Humbucker, single coil. Just, this guitar's stock. Nothing's been replaced. Nothing's been changed. And this is one of my pride and joys. So yeah, that's my first guitar, Washburn Maverick series. Next question, do I actually play in a band? Yes, I do. Okay, next question is, what is the song you don't like to play? That's a quite difficult question to answer, that one. What song would I not... Well, I suppose I can't think of a song per se, like a name, oh yes, it's this song by this artist. But what I would say is, a song I wouldn't like to play is a song that does nothing for me, if that makes any sense. You know what I mean? Like, for instance, if I listen to a song and somebody say, oh, can you play on this, but it doesn't do anything, it doesn't move me, it doesn't make me, it doesn't get to that, it doesn't make me feel anything, that would be a song I wouldn't particularly like to play, because I don't like to play music that just means nothing, and you know what I mean. It's got to mean something. So, and if it doesn't mean anything to me, or I can't feel that it means anything to me, it's not something I would particularly like to play. So, yeah, I hope that's not too much of a vague answer on that question. But yeah, it is quite difficult to play. What song do you not like to play? But that would be kind of something. That's the only way I can answer it. It's just something that, like, you know, doesn't doesn't do anything for me, so to say. So let's move on to the next question. How many guitars do I have? Okay, as you can see, not enough. Okay, next question is, what is my favourite genre to play? Well, there's acoustic blues. There's blues rock. And possibly my favourite style, which is that Jimi Hendrix clean kind of bass, rhythm and lead playing. Okay, next question is what's my favourite song to play? I have too many. There are too many songs I love to play just to go with that one. At the end of the day, I love playing guitar, really, regardless of what it is. As long as it does something for you know, as long as it kind of reaches me, makes me makes me kind of make me feel the song, so to say. I'll play it regardless of what it is. But it has, you know, like I said earlier on, it has to do something for me. I can't just play a song if I'm not emotionally involved in it, because it's just going through the motions, really, and I don't like that. If I can't feel it, I don't really like to play it. So yeah, my favourite song to play is anything that makes me just feel part of the song, basically. Yes, so hopefully that's an answer. Next question. Would you give classes and lessons? Yes, I will be very soon. The whole Skype thing I talked about before Christmas, I am doing Skype lessons. I want to get my John Frusciante for John album out first before I start doing that, so I'll probably be starting Skype in February now, so I do apologise for that. But I'll do a video update on that anyway soon, and I'll do a video update soon on the John EP, because I've got quite a few copies done up, and I've got so many names. The interest is it's blowing my mind, but I'll talk about that in another video very, very soon. Okay, and the last question. Okie dokie, so the last question in this guitar tag thing, and this guitar tag thing is really, really cool. I think it's really cool. It should spread around YouTube. It's really cool. I love it. The last question is, what do I feel when I am playing the guitar? Anything and everything. I'll feel happy, I'll feel sad, I'll feel anxious, I'll feel scared, I'll feel annoyed, angry, all sorts of emotions. Playing guitar to me has always been a vent. From somebody who has, you know, real anxiety and depression issues, the guitar has always been the thing to level me and vent those frustrations and anger and stuff. I always say to people, like, you know, the guitar will scream when I can't. So if I'm getting aggressive with my guitar like Jimi Hendrix, it's because something's popped in my head that makes me feel that way. If like, for instance, if I think of something that's upset me in life, I'll probably end up playing something like something like that, something that conjures up that emotion for me. That to me sounds like what I just thought about. Yeah, and I'm not going to talk about that because that's just silly. But and if for instance, like I feel kind of angry, like there are times at gigs where I just get really, if I think of something that makes me angry, like I don't know. That's what will come out, and same if I'm feeling happy, something might come out happy. I don't know, but it's just basically a case of tapping into your emotions, basically, and that's what I feel when I play. It's just a different cacophony of emotions, really. Sometimes it could be sad, sometimes it could be happy, sometimes it could be upset, so like I say, sometimes it could be scared, anxious, all sorts. But I say, either way, this guitar, especially this guitar, gets it out of me in a more productive, less volatile way. I mean, you could say less volatile. I mean, that's the anger thing side is quite volatile. But you know what I mean. I'm not shouting and screaming at somebody. My guitar screams when I can't, basically, like I said. But yeah, that's what I feel when I play guitar. It's basically just like whatever emotion crops up, whatever I think I feel. And if it's something upsetting, I'll play that way, and so on and so forth. And I feel that's the way music should be. It should be spontaneous and kind of, you play how you feel, not what people tell you to feel. You know what I mean? If that makes any sense. Okay, so that's the last question. Okay, so that's all the questions in this guitar tag video. I'd like to thank Mike Bradley for tagging me into it. I think this is really, really, really cool. And these are kind of like the questions I would want to ask all my heroes. I say like Jimi Hendrix, John Frusciante, Peter Green, Mike McCready, Rory Gallagher and Gary Moore. These are the questions I like to ask them, but unfortunately some of them aren't here, and people like Mike McCready and John Frusciante and Peter Green I probably won't be able to reach them to ask them these kind of questions. But I really do think this is really cool. It's a cool way to kind of like get to know the actual person behind the videos, and I think that's kind of important, is to kind of like know who you're watching, really, more than just kind of like a face on YouTube, so to say. Connects on a different kind of level, if you know what I mean. So yeah, super cool. I hope this video has been interesting. It's a bit weird to talk about myself. It's not something I'm used to doing, so to say. So it is a bit strange to be talking about myself, kind of like this, that, and the other. But I have wanted to do something like this for a while. Just never really had the bottle to do it, really. So, but since Mike Bradley tagged me, I don't really have an excuse. So, yeah, I say thanks, Mike. Yeah, I think this is cool. So, yeah, the guitarist I would like to tag, like I say, any of my 6 I would love to do, but the guitarist I like to tag, and I'd like to see this get out there to bigger guitarists and bigger names. So the guitarist I like to tag is Rob Chapman. Simply because he's probably one of the most popular, well, I think he is near enough the most popular guitarist on the tube. So if this gets to him and he puts it out there and then he tags somebody else, it could snowball, and we could start seeing people like Mike McCready or John Frusciante or Peter Green. Maybe not John Frusciante, I don't think he would do it. But you don't know where it will snowball from if we can kind of like get this a bit higher. So I tag Mr. Rob Chapman. So everybody get out there and badger him with a badger. That's just weird. Don't actually throw a badger at him. Anyway, that's the guitarist I like to tag. Thank you very much for watching. I hope this video has been fun and a little bit, informative, so to say. I always try to be a bit informative. And yeah, I will see you again very, very soon for another video. It'll probably be a guitar demo, as I really want to show you this guitar I've got that I've been working on. And yeah, so I'll see you again very soon. Have a great morning, afternoon, and good evening. Goodbye now.